Today I've been cutting out some of this foam. You can see the scatterings here. When I filled this with spray foam, filled the gap all the way up, and now today I've been cutting it flush. You can see cutting it flush with the wood of the window jamb. I've been doing that down the line, right, for all 4 windows, and that's compared to what it looks like before. I haven't done this window yet. You can see all the foam is still sticking out, so this one still needs to be trimmed. Got a bunch there. And you can see what my fixed windows are, right? And then these are the casements. What interests me is the U factor, right? So it's, I mean, of course it's Energy Star, but that's not saying much. It's just, the windows are a compromise. I wish I could have done better. I really do. I wish I had the money where I could have gone with one down, 0.15 or so. Would have been a hell of a lot nicer. But I do what I can. These have very low solar heat gains. And then my big fixed ones have higher solar heat gains. As you can see, the 0.36. So that'll allow more sunlight in because these two are for the passive solar design. Also, don't know if you noticed the electrical. So electrical rough-in was passed this morning, or last night the electrical, and this morning was the rough. So I'm passed, I'm good to insulate. We ran some gray conduits in here. They connect from the crawl space up to the panel, which is in the loft. And that's for future expansion, to make it real easy to run wires. Once you're in the crawl space, you can go anywhere you want, but just getting out of the panel would be a question mark. You'd always be fishing wires through the insulation. So this way, there's always an open chaseway. And as you can see, electricians don't care about air sealing. Even all this fire block, I mean, it's not important from an air sealing point of view with this house, but I had to do all the fire blocking for the building inspector just for the fire purposes. But that's the main service coming in, and it goes up behind to the main panel. The electricians love drilling holes, you know, just make a big deal out of it. I strapped the ceiling to make it easier for the electricians to run their wires. A couple of times I had to move them because, like right here, they ran a wire across, and I'm like, no, I need to run the vent hood, you know, above the range. So that's going to go into that cavity. So little things like that I had to point out to them. I tried to obviously seal up the wire penetrations where I could and minimize them where I could. But code required me to have 2 outside outlets, so that's for 1 outside outlet. And it also required me to have a light next to each window, next to each door. So that's for the light fixture outside. And got the same thing on this side, which I'll show you. There's going to be for a ceiling light. We use the thickness of the doors, so we have 2 switches here, right when you walk in, instead of putting them on this surface. These guys are inside the laundry closet. See, I'm putting sliding doors here to block the laundry closet. So that was one of the reasons for it. Over on this side, there's the outside bubble cover, and up here that's for a light fixture. And I built the wood blocks and caulked around them and everything. So there we go. So that no water can get into the house through those locations. I still have to go and caulk these though. These penetrations that the electricians made. And right here also. So those are not airtight yet. But there's exactly 5 penetrations that the electricians made. The plumber made one for the vent and one for his spigot. I've already sealed those. The water line comes in from underground, so it's not really an air leak for me. We put in the recessed cans here, but there's all types of different LED fixtures. I just yesterday found this type, which according to the box could have gone in a recessed can like it shows there, or into a regular J box there. As you can see, it's not a very thick profile, but it domes down into the ceiling, which is why more of the material is out in the room. And right now, I don't know if this is every state or what, but our electrical supplier in this area is National Grid, and National Grid is currently sponsoring the buying of these, which is of course through money that they're forced, that we pay for them anyways. But it can go up into these fixtures, you know, or it can go into this style fixture too. Either one. I wish I knew that ahead of time, because I would have had them not put in recessed cans at all. Recessed cans cost a lot of extra money compared to just this plastic ring. But at the time, I didn't know that this even existed, this cool light fixture. I was going under the assumption that I was going to be putting in directional LED bulbs, which is why I said put some recess in. I always knew I wanted the LEDs, but I didn't realize that I could have gotten the LED with just one of those. But whatever, you know, it's too late to change them now, and at least you do have flexibility. So there's two lights in the bedroom. That guy there is a smoke alarm. Over here, that's going to be an outlet up in the corner. It's going to be hidden inside the closet, and I'm just going to plug in a small transformer so that in the closet I can put in a bunch of LEDs on a ribbon, and right here I have a light switch for it, so I can switch from outside the closet, and all that does is it controls the outlet, but as soon as you send electricity to the outlet, all the LEDs will light up inside the closet for all your shelving. I plan on using that in several locations throughout the house. To include, over on this side, there's going to be under cabinet lighting in the kitchen, as well as the crown molding. I'm going to put some crown molding up where that 2x12 is, the double 2x12. I'm going to put some crown molding in there and have some LEDs that are going to shine up onto the vaulted ceiling. That'll be on both sides. So, see if you can see it right there. I had the electrician put in an outlet. That's the same on both sides. So that outlet is also over on the other side. And it's controlled by a switch down here. Again, for the LED strips that I'll be putting in. So some pretty cool stuff. The scaffold here is for that box, which we're just going to be putting in a light fixture, but I beefed out the framing strong enough to support a paddle fan if we need to. I hopefully don't need a paddle fan, but I wanted the ability to have one. And up there is the main panel. It's a 200 amp panel, 40 slots. So that's the main service coming in through the top. Through the bottom are the rest of the wires. None of it's actually wired in yet, but it's all there.